Then just my last question, Supervisor Mercury has some questions as well. Relative to the project stabilization agreement, what is your staffing that's attributed to overseeing that, the PLA?
Don't have any full-time staff. It's a part of the regular duties of the staff in the Bureau of Design and Construction. Carl Bunch, a city attorney, had been the principal person overseeing that for the airport for many years. He's retired, but will continue working under Prop F agreement, 20 hours a week to help oversee it. And then when necessary, we have an office led by Bill Wong that deals with tenant employment-related issues. So he does some tracking on this. He's primarily focused on our quality standards program and making sure that our tenants are paying the minimum wages and benefits established by the Airport Commission that are a little bit higher than the rest of the city requirements.
So is there a formal connection between your PSA person who's working 20 hours a week and your workforce development? Are they communicating? Is there a relationship there?
Yes, there's a relationship. Bill Wong, who heads the employment tracking office, tracking the salaries and benefits, reports to the same manager as Flynn Bradley, who heads the Employment Community Partnership Program Office. So they're in the same division, working side by side, reporting to the same supervisor.
Okay, thank you. Supervisor McCreamy?
Thank you, Chair Avalos. Director Martin, just real quickly, in tracing backwards a little bit in the conversation you had with Chair Avalos, what about the concessionaires and the vendors and the retail stores that are present at the airport? What programs are in place to encourage that those companies, restaurants, et cetera, are hiring in compliance with local first source workforce development?
Trying to remember the specific requirements. I know we have a worker retention requirement, so when the new restaurateurs took over, they had to hire the employees who used to work for Host that had almost all of the employees before the new contracts took effect. I don't think there are any specific requirements they hire from San Francisco. They all post their jobs with the Airport Employment Community Partnership Office, but I'm not aware of any specific hiring requirements.
It's my impression that through First Source, that when companies are contracting with us, that there is a sort of a primary requirement that there be a good faith effort that a percentage that when companies are contracting with the city and county of San Francisco be applied towards the hiring of San Franciscans in the communities that, of course, we're trying to boost in employment and training. And so I was just wondering, because the airport is somewhat off the radar from the other departments, but technically it's still within city and county jurisdiction.
And I apologize, Supervisor, I don't know, I can't answer the question. Maybe the city attorney who's here can help, but I'm just not familiar. I should be with those specific provisions and how whether the airport is handled any differently than the other city departments.
I think we'll have to come back
Sure.
And maybe revisit the First Source protocols.
Sure. I'll be happy to do that. I'm sorry I couldn't answer the question.
But the jobs that you were talking about earlier, like through City Build and through the PLA agreements, you're talking about more of a construction-based development jobs. Is that right?
That's right. Those are 29 jobs, 29 of our total 88 internship type positions.
And the apprentices also would be applied towards the funneling of those kind of jobs as well. Is that correct?
Certainly an effort is made, and I have data that I can send to you on the apprentices and the other interns we've hired and the zip code that they live in. So we definitely target our recruitment efforts.
But is it fair to say that if we were able to have a program that we would be able to get people into the private sector or in the retail sector of what's at the airport, since it is somewhat buoyant and you're doing well, that if we'd be able to connect those dots of people who would be able to get in the retail sector jobs as well, why we're not pressing on that angle of it.
Well, we certainly will be working with the new tenants in Terminal 2 that will be doing a lot of new hiring and working with them to participate in job fairs so that we can try and get San Franciscans into those jobs.
Are there any agreements with San Mateo County that require San Mateo County residents?
No.
Okay.
No, there aren't. Mm-hmm.
So it's basically just an open process, and whoever gets hired gets hired.
That's my understanding, and that's what I need to check to make sure of it.
I would love, and I think we would love to follow up with you to see how we might be able to exercise the first source agreements to those contracts that are applied off-site from San Francisco proper into our satellite sites like the airport, et cetera.
Be happy to work with you on that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Supervisor Maxwell.
Do you or have you had an agreement with the human rights to do monitoring? I thought at one point that they were monitoring workers and programs.
They are relative to HRC requirements. So that's their focus. I think we're funding 3.5 positions.
So is there any way then that they could help with monitoring some of the issues that we've been bringing up today?
I think they're best handled in my Employment Community Partnership Program office that is accustomed to doing that recruitment, and to Bill Wong's office that handles labor-related issues. I think they're just set up with a mindset to pursue these efforts best.
All right, so then you are monitoring and you do have a robust monitoring program.
We monitor wages and benefits of our employees, both to comply with airport regulations. We also work with Donna. I'm sorry, I'm drawing the blank.
That's okay.
Who heads the office in City Hall that monitors labor standards. Her office conducts audits periodically of airport tenants, and we pay for that service too. So it's a multi-layer approach.
Okay, but monitoring of some of the things that we've asked for today, it seems like.
Monitoring of first source hiring, this is what I need to follow up on. I just don't have the answers to the questions, and my staff may be doing that. I'm just not aware of it.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.